And there we go, Aztecs. And I don't think anybody's surprised.
I don't think
Nobody's
anybody
surprised.
is surprised. In this free pick setting, has anyone picked something other than Aztecs? I don't think so.
Yes, I forget. It was Mayans. It was Mayans. We casted that too. Uh, but yeah, I forget who it was actually. I think Yo. It was Yo and Doubt maybe. Doubt and
Oh,
Yo.
maybe.
Who cares at this point, right? This is what we're watching now. All right, so I'm gonna just quickly control group the Eagles because obviously there's a high potential for laming. But I will start with RiuT's map. If you want to end with Mentalist, then Dave. RiuT's map pretty interesting actually. He has the golds on the back. He has two of them. He has deer in a horrible position as well, and a little bit of stone, which is nice. But his wood's all on the front, and there's hills all on the front and left-hand side as well. So that's going to be a little interesting. Half is saying Mentalist chose Japs before in game 2 as well, which is interesting.
Oh.
Versus Dark, I don't know. But I'm going to turn the chat off. But we have the woodlines on the front here for RiuT, and that could be awkward because it's one of those situations where if you lose these woodlines, you're screwed. So RiuT's going to have to lock that down. What do you think about Mentalist map then, Dave?
Mentalist, the only problem with this map I see is the wood lines, really. And it's really, really open on the right-hand side. Other than that, I mean, the gold is in the back. He's got 2 stones in the back. It's just the wood lines at this point.
Yeah.
Let's see. And it's the same thing for RiuT's map. Like, that's really the only concern for them. The wood lines. There's not really any hills that are that detrimental. Just the wood.
Mentalist, yeah. It's actually quite similar to last game where RiuT had resources in the back. Mentalist had resources in the back. Lame?
Look at RiuT's, both of RiuT's boars. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Oh, but RiuT's
Yup.
eagle is right by there. And
Yep.
now they're too far apart. Does Mentalist see that? Yes, he
Mentalist
does.
does. He's gonna go for it, but
steal the
RiuT's there.
boar,
RiuT's
but
gonna
the
try and stop
eagle's
it.
right there, and the
Oh,
bill's right
but
there.
can RiuT get this? Can he stop it? He can.
No, it went
Oh,
back.
well done from RiuT. Stopping that, he's gonna now chase Mentalist back. And Mentalist, oh, I don't know what Mentalist is actually doing. He's running around the other direction, and actually he's gonna miss out on his sheep. I don't know if you see that.
Yeah.
Maybe he saw his sheep and he didn't want. Yes, look at that. That's really wise from Mentalist. He saw his sheep there. He
And
scouted
he
with
didn't
his
want to
other
lead.
sheep.
He did not want to lead him right to his sheep. That's really smart.
Yeah.
And now RiuT's thinking better about it, and Mentalist is probably going to loop back around to go
Yeah.
get those. No, he's sending a villager to go get those.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I don't think RiuT actually saw the sheep there. Mentalist did a wise thing and wait. Does Mentalist see his other boar? Yes, he's going out to get it now, and he's already completed his first. All right. So, what I was going to say before the whole boar thing happened is that in game 1, RiuT had poor wood lines but back resources. Mentalist had good wood lines but back resources. This time around, I think, you know, it's kind of similar. Mentalist doesn't have the best wood lines, but he has back resources. RiuT does have good wood lines as far as like how much wood's available. But it is forward and he has back resources. So both players, I can't say either player has a better map here. Be pretty good, but let's talk about the Aztecs Wars because we're going to probably be seeing something with the infantry here. Either a 5 militia drush or man-at-arms. And Mentalist, we know he likes his man-at-arms, but I mean sometimes the 5 militia drush is just really hard to deal with. RiuT actually finding one of Mentalist's sheep there. Mentalist is going to go out and try and find that again. But what do you think we're going to be seeing? What do you think would be the best approach here? Think there is a best approach? I honestly have no clue.
I really don't know. I have no clue.
It depends, and it's hard to say. That was probably a stupid question for me. It's hard to say because it's all situational. I guess we just have to watch here. At this point, I do notice that RiuT is setting himself up to wall.
Yeah, I can't say I don't really like that second lumber camp from RiuT.
Yeah.
That's all I can say right now.
Well, if
about
the
this
house
game.
wasn't there, maybe it would have been a little bit better, but both players actually clicking up without making any militia in the Dark Age. Mentalist is sending 2 villagers over to gold, and RiuT, well, he's actually yet to build his barracks, so I guess we'll pay attention to Mentalist and see if he's actually making anything here. He is making militia, so I assume we are going to be seeing man-at-arms here into archers. Mentalist is walling, so I don't think he actually has the scouting on what RiuT is doing. Maybe expecting that 5 militia rush.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're against Aztec. You just assume that they're gonna do a drush, right? And
Yeah.
neither of these players seems very interested in doing that. Although Mentalist might lose his eagle here if he's not careful,
Yeah, he's
which
gonna,
wouldn't be very good.
run away. RiuT may choose to go back because he wants scouting
Uh-oh.
with his eagle.
Forward villagers with the militia from Mentalist.
Ooh.
Here we go.
And Mentalist
Here
has
we go.
scouting on the wood lines. Has he gone to early stone? He does not. So he is scouting on the wood lines of RiuT. He's scouted behind RiuT's base, so he knows that there's no wood lines
Oh,
behind.
is RiuT gonna see these villagers? No! He's not!
RiuT cannot see it. He cannot see it. I wonder if RiuT's going to run right past here. There's one more. Oh, he actually sees that one
He
militia.
doesn't see the vills.
Mentalist should just
sees the
let that
militia.
militia die. And that tower's going to go up there for Mentalist, but it's not in range of the wood line, so that might just give RiuT a chance to put up his
No.
own tower.
Yeah, if he put one up right on that stone, it would be hitting both of those wood lines, which would be a
Yep.
real great tower. But I don't think this one is gonna hit anything.
Yeah,
It's
Mentalist
gonna
may just live
expose
to
itself
regret
to
that
that
tower.
Eagle. And
oh,
that's it.
wow. RiuT should probably build a tower here.
Oh, but
Mentalist
Mentalist is in on the archery ranges from RiuT.
He's
And
going
he's
in,
gonna
but
try and go in on the wood line? No.
now RiuT is actually going forward with his own man-at-arms. He's going to try and get... Now, he's going to get to the stone or the gold here for Mentalist, as Mentalist is actually on both those things and not walled.
And Mentalist laying down the tower, the ideal tower. The one we all wanted to see.
And
right on
RiuT
that
is
stone
actually
there.
not placing one up, which is really surprising.
No.
I don't understand this decision from RiuT.
Especially with his wood being so... like, just so bad. On
Exactly.
his map in general. And he's
Oh,
already...
and-
RiuT's already lost a vill at the mills at the back.
Exactly, yes, and he could lose another one here as well. These villagers are going to have to run back either way. RiuT's sending archers back to deal with these men-at-arms, but there's 5 of them. And meanwhile, on Mentalist Gold, he has 2 villagers exposed. He's going to have to run them back, and this is another game where it's back and forth thus far in the beginning. But it looks like the stone villagers from Mentalist are going to be safe. Mentalist is going to have to really address these men-at-arms, but he's just now getting up his archery range.
And look at where RiuT was forced to relocate his lumber camp. And RiuT's actually losing archers now. No, he actually got them away in time. Might lose another villa here, though, to the
Yeah,
man-at-arms.
he could. I think, yep, just going to go down. Mentalist doing a good job of keeping these men-at-arms. Oh, he could go
And
right to
now
the lumber.
Mentalist going right to that lumber camp. Oh,
Oh,
man.
this could be
This is what that
huge.
tower did. It really shut down both of the ones at the
Oh,
front.
he didn't
And
see
did
it.
he not see that?
He did not see it. Oh, how did he not
Are
see
you
that? This is
serious?
game
Well, he sees the
changing.
He sees the chopped tree, but he should have gone at least one more tile, and he would have found it.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh,
And now he's running these
no.
man-at-arms in towards the TC here, and he's going to lose half these man-at-arms. Almost all of them, actually.
I think
He
he's
might
gonna
just
kill
pick off
another
one more
vill here, though.
vill.
He might. Oh no, God.
Oh, that is really bad. And I mean, still he's in a good position, I feel. But look at his stone back at home. He's yet to address that. He's actually 2 vills behind RiuT. Just imagine if he found that wood line. That, oh man, really, really bad.
He
RiuT.
can see the chopped tree, so he has to know something's going on over there. And he still has 4 villagers garrisoned in that tower up front, so
This is,
maybe he
yeah.
sends them around.
Well, he could build another tower. That's one thing. But the situation now is that, you know, RiuT has cleaned up 5 man-at-arms in his own base, and there's 4 almost on full HP here from RiuT and Mentalist base, and
But
Mentalist
he's
can't clean him
walled,
up.
and archers are fairly easy to micro against man-at-arms, so we'll see. But he is going to
Yeah.
lose a villager at the front there, building the house.
Who's
Those
this?
archers.
Sorry. Oh,
Mentalist.
wow.
And there's a
That's a
hole in his
lot of
base.
archers. If Mentalist is unable to deal with these archers, I think it's the game. Like, his military right now is 4 versus 15, and his wood lines, they're exposed. The archers could go underneath the tower. They could find the gold, the stone.
I
That's a
don't think
lot of
it's that
archers.
bad. I really don't think it's that bad. And he's laying down a watchtower once he cleans up these men-at-arms at the gold to secure that, so RiuT can't go around. And he still has those 4 villagers
Yeah,
forward. And he's
yeah.
cutting off the wood lines from RiuT, so I think certainly the game's turned around to where RiuT has the advantage, but I don't think it's...
Well, at this point, the archers are going around the right-hand side, which is really, really good for Mentalist, because that's where he's putting up his towers. He has the skirms, he has the archers, and it's bought him a little bit more time to make the skirms. But RiuT he has 2 extra villagers right now. There's 4 on the front for Mentalist. They are working now, which is good. And I'm just looking at the total idle time, and it looks like Mentalist has double the idle time. That certainly hurts you, and he's constantly sending some villagers in these towers. But RiuT's going to run around, then you're right, these towers are really going to help out. So these villagers are going to have to run inside these towers to defend, but these archers are not going to be able to do that much. And Mentalist is going for the blacksmith to get fletching, which is going to be a wise move, I think. Because RiuT already has that. He already has padded archer armor as well. But RiuT already has those upgrades, and he already has had 2
Oh my
ranges.
god. Mentalist is going forward with 4 more villagers. Because the 4 he had at the front weren't enough. So
Well,
he's gonna
I
send
think
4 more.
I think he's going to place a tower on the wood
Yeah,
on the
do you
wood
see
line.
where it is? Do you see? Yeah, but he's not going to be able to get in there.
He's not going to get in. Yeah.
He
late.
placed it too late.
But he still could place it next to the house and maybe hit some of the wood line, but he's going to realize he's going to run right up against the houses there. I want to see if RiuT can actually catch these villagers running in the line of sight of his houses here, because that'll be important. RiuT has yet to
He's
build his own
relocated
tower.
the watchtower. Mentalist, and I don't think RiuT can see that.
And then back at Mentalist
Yeah,
base,
he
RiuT
can't
is...
see it. Oh, that sucks. That tower, he can see it, just barely. That really sucks.
Is RiuT going to address it? He's actually just microed some vills there, I believe, on the wood line. I don't think he's addressing this. Mentalist is struggling at home with his economy, I think. That wood line is a real mess for him. A tower's up for Mentalist. RiuT realizes it. He's just microed his vills, and at this point, RiuT is struggling for wood. He does have the wood line on the right-hand side, though. I don't know if you realize that. I didn't till now.
The problem is that it's so far away from his 2C, and
Yeah.
it's not that safe. And now Mentalist making another tower. I would have liked to see that a bit farther forward near the houses to completely cut off that wood line, but it's effectively going to do the same thing there.
To be honest, at this point, with RiuT not building towers like again and again and again, I don't think RiuT's really concerned with having to relocate his wood lines. I just think he just wants to set up his eco, and he's well on his way to the castle age. Meanwhile, Mentalist he'll be up. I mean, he's making archers, so he's going to be able to get his way up here, but he's going to be behind for sure. We'll just see how far behind he is. And RiuT's doing the right thing and just protecting his woodline on the right-hand side, because if he does lose that one, he's going to be in a really bad spot.
He's going to have nothing to go to.
Exactly.
So I think one of his top priorities once he gets to Castle Age is to clear up the towers at the front there. I think make some siege and get rid of those, because if Mentalist somehow manages to drive you off that wood line on the right, you're euchred. Like, you have nowhere to go.
Yeah, look at Mentalist's map. It's quite exposed, like we said, with the wood lines and stuff, because Mentalist he just doesn't have much. RiuT's going up to 3 ranges. I think RiuT is going to actually put on some aggression towards Mentalist as well. I think we might see some 1 or 2 TC action here from RiuT. He has a lot of food because, you know, Aztecs, they can do that with their farming bonus, so I think he's going to get some upgrades here and really pile on the pressure. I guess we'll just see if he does go forward with this siege workshop, or if he chooses to take out these towers, which is always wise to do in the early game, because it gets harder and harder to do that. But he's sending the archers. Look how many archers he has forward. This is going to be really, really difficult for Mentalist to deal with. But he did put up 2 towers on his gold, which is always really nice.
And Mentalist doesn't even care about those. He's going forward with his own army. He doesn't care.
Oh, he should care, though. He could lose villagers here. He's lost 1. He's going to lose 2. And those crossbows, they're going to keep running around his base. Where's his own army going from Mentalist? Oh, there they go. Yeah. Could see base trade here. And actually, the woodline on the right from RiuT is really exposed. A lot of weak villagers, too. But RiuT does see that with his ranges. But he won't have the numbers. He doesn't have a siege workshop there.
Yeah, it's just whether Mentalist knows to go back to that wood line. He's going to go around. I think his entire game plan right now, I think, is cutting off the wood from RiuT.
Oh, RiuT's going to put up a TC there desperately. He's running from the gold as well. This game's pretty much a mess right now for both players. A villager going down for RiuT. We saw a couple go down at Mentalist base to the crossbows. I think the TC's going to go up, and though there's no gold for RiuT for the time being, the wood should be safe. Crossbows coming back then from RiuT, which is probably a wise move, and he might be able to clear up these crossbows from Mentalist, but saying that, Mentalist does have the upgrades, he has a couple skirmishers, and he might have the hill by the time RiuT comes back.
Look at how messy the wood line at the front is for RiuT. Oh, God.
Oh, man, Mentalist Tower's really doing the damage here. Well, the towers have extra range now as well, but the fight's going to come in now with the crossbows from both players here to the right of the TC from RiuT. This is, if Mentalist wins this fight, it's huge. Like and the villagers coming out here from RiuT as well. He could lose some villagers. This is huge. 2 vills. Mentalist doing a lot more than I thought he really could here.
Near the towers as well, and so many villagers are idle, and you can tell RiuT is just so focused on other things, and it's just so messy at the front there. Oh my goodness! Yeah. And he's got nowhere to send them. He's got no wood.
You're right. And Mentalist just needs to stall here, really, set up his eco at home. He's picked off a couple crossbows as well.
Mentalist are coming out with Mangonel as well at his base to clear up those crossbows. I don't think RiuT's going to be paying attention, and I think he's going to lose all of those. Oh, 1 shot. GG.
Well, RiuT has a forward siege workshop there, which you haven't been paying attention to, but I am paying attention to this micro here at RiuT's base. I actually think Mentalist is just lacking the numbers, and Mentalist will get cleaned up. Now, apart from that, I mean, we saw the idle time RiuT has had, but he does have a lot of resources, despite all of that. Like, he had the food when he hit the Castle Age. Let's look at Mentalist resources. Well, he's going to put up a second TC. He's still a bit behind, in my opinion, considering he's just lacking with the resources. But if he's able to get another Mangonel out here, maybe pile some pressure on the front, he could cause some more problems. But right now, RiuT's still leading in the military, leading in the villagers by 10. And is RiuT going to go with another Mangonel? He has 2, actually. And he is actually not sending them out. He does not see the new TC. But Mentalist does have his Mangonels and crossbows going right next to the siege workshop, so this could be bad for Mentalist if he's unaware of this. This is going to be very, very interesting. There's a slight hill here from RiuT as well. Here.
Yeah, neither player knows. RiuT doesn't know that that army is there, and Mentalist doesn't know that the siege workshop is there.
Look at what Mentalist can see. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, he now sees it.
Now he knows.
Yeah, this is going to be dangerous. This is going to be bad for Mentalist. He's got to dodge this. He's got to go back. He doesn't have the hill.
No!
Oh, the shot. How did that Mangonel stay alive for Mentalist? Oh, it's going to go down now.
No, it's dead.
Mentalist has got to go back. He's now 11 vills down. And he's got to make another Mangonel. This is looking bad for Mentalist. He does not have the military on the front to defend this. And he's just lost a villager to that Mangonel. RiuT doing a great job. He's going to lose another villager. RiuT picking off 2 villagers with just Mangonels. And Mentalist forced to flee with those villagers on that TC. RiuT doing an excellent job. But Mangonel there from Mentalist.
On the crossbows.
Yes, good shot for sure.
I'm wondering why Mentalist chose to make a forward siege workshop.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense to me either, but he's actually sending the crossbows forward again. He's
And he
trying
might
to
pick
pile
off
on
a
the pressure.
Mangonel here. Mentalist picking off a Mangonel with his own. And avoiding the attack ground from RiuT.
It's still 2-1 here. He needs to. Oh, the shot! It's on 4 HP.
Man, this is dodgeball right now.
Yeah,
And
it
Mentalist
is.
getting some good shots here.
Ooh, an eagle
and he's
coming
making
out
an
here.
eagle too. Yeah.
This is wise, yeah.
Clutch.
But needs to be careful. And just missing there, but that Mangonel's on half HP from RiuT.
And he actually cleared up the army, and he's gonna pick off these deer villagers at the front, I think, from RiuT.
Yeah, RiuT's running back and making a monastery there, which leads me to believe he might be close to clicking up because he's at 79 vills. Mentalist is still way behind in economy, which is an issue. Huge issue, because the Eagles will come out shortly. But pick off there for Mentalist, but he did lose his Mangonel, which was his only Mangonel, and Mentalist is just unable to hold here, really. Crossbow's going in for Mentalist on the woodline. He might pick off some villagers. I'm going to go to RiuT's point of view. RiuT's clicked up to the Imperial Age, and this is bad for Mentalist. Mentalist is going to pick off some vills, but he just doesn't have.
And he's got the
his
Mangonel
own.
coming forward. Yeah. And RiuT
Yeah.
going forward with a couple vills, getting attacked by a wolf right now. On the right hand side. She's gonna die.
Woo,
Woo woo woo! Get wrecked.
Yeah,
But- I mean, he's killing the army from Mentalist in his own base at the front there. And
Well-
he's gonna come back.
one good thing for Mentalist is he's delaying the eco. He's killed a couple villagers here. He's also delaying the gold, which is what you need if you're RiuT. But RiuT has a lot of resources stockpiled. Also, I think RiuT will clean this up in a moment's time. Another good thing for Mentalist is that he does have enough for a castle, and if you're in this position, sometimes you can defend with Jaguar warriors. So maybe Mentalist is able to get that castle up at home, but for now I'm going to
He's
see
got to
how
be
this
careful in
Mangonel...
RiuT's base, though. Oh no!
Oh, he lost the
That could have been
Mangonel.
a lot worse, but he did lose that Mangonel, which was what was holding RiuT back from attacking his army. So
Yeah, but he could
not
pick
the
off some
greatest.
villagers here. RiuT has just been running all over the place this game, and he's going to probably lose 2 vills here. 1, 2. There you go. This is good for Mentalist. This is well worth it with this fight. He could pick off 1 more, and he did. He's going to continue to run around, but still Mentalist is yet to click up. He's been on
the
2
forward
TCs.
castle now coming down from Mentalist
Oh, wow.
at the front of RiuT's
Forward
base. That's
castle.
a ballsy castle. Yeah.
This is not a good decision because RiuT doesn't care about this castle. He's just gonna raid the economy of Mentalist, which is already so fragile. It doesn't matter. He's just gonna raid the eco with eagles. This castle should be at home for Mentalist. I don't understand it. I feel like Mentalist does not realize that RiuT is in the Imperial, or going to be in the Imperial Age. He's now there. We'll see. We'll see. I don't agree with the decision here for Mentalist. He's got the castle up now. He could go with another castle, actually, which is interesting. Maybe he can put that up
Yeah,
at
we
home
could see
now?
a repeat of that Persians game against Yo. We could
Yeah.
just see a castle age castle push. Fantastic.
Mentalist has a TC placed in his base, but he hasn't built it. I don't know if you see this.
Yeah, I
Next
saw
to
it
his main
earlier.
TC, it's just sitting there. He hasn't built it.
Yeah. He also went
But-
forward with the ram to try and kill the siege workshop from RiuT, but there was eagles there, so that was really unfortunate for him. But look, I have to say, look, where is RiuT taking wood? One
On the
location,
right.
2 locations. Yeah, that's it.
Actually, good point. And Mentalist is going to try and build a castle there for sure. That's where he's going. The map control is something we weren't really thinking about as far as the wood's concerned. If Mentalist is able to pick off these crossbows with his crossbows, the Jaguar Warriors would deal with the Eagles. Mentalist is going to go for the wood lines with his castles and try and win this game for sure. So the Jaguar Warriors, none going back, but I think at this point RiuT realizes he doesn't have the wood, but Mentalist calling the GG.
And yeah, he's calling GG. He had enough for 2 castles, and I feel
Yeah.
like if he had gotten a castle down on that wood line there of RiuT, it wouldn't have mattered like what RiuT did, because
Yeah,
you
I
have no
agree.
wood. You can't
I
do
agree.
anything. And it feels like that was the trend throughout the whole game. He was just trying to deny the wood from RiuT, but he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, you only need one wood line though, really, even if it's a mess.
Yeah.
If you have, like, RiuT had more eco that entire game, and Mentalist called GG because he knew these Eagles were going to go to his economy and just rip him to shreds, and he had nothing there except towers and TCs. But Mentalist, I mean, of course, could have built a castle there. He could have built a castle there and tried to defend with Jaguar Warriors, but Jaguar Warriors are so food intensive. It's really difficult to do that, especially when, you know, you have little eco. So good game, and RiuT is just dealing with the pressure. He is really dealing with the pressure. 2-0 for RiuT now. Mentalist needs to really put his foot on the gas here.